Assalamualaikum. Welcome to another episode of Hack Time. With us today is the owner of Bombay Stores and Mumbai Bites, Sabrah Kader, who is going to share her fascinating story with us. Assalamualaikum. Welcome to Hack Impressions. Please, would you like to introduce yourself to our viewers?
I'm Sabrah Kader of the Bombay Stores, Bombay Empire. Originally, like I said, Bombay Stores has been around for 56 years. My mum parents started off the business. They were immigrants from abroad who came here. They thought, when we have enough to go back home, we will eventually go back home, but they never did. They stayed. So I'm now running with my son. I'm running Bombay Stores and Bombay Bites. Several members of the family have all, participated in the making of Bombay Stores, right from my brothers, my sister, my daughter. Everybody's played their bit, and now it's been handed down to us. So we're doing our bit. So originally, my father came from. My parents were born in India. Migrated to Karachi after the partition, and mum grew up in her family, and dad was working making passports, stamping passports, helping fill forms for passport back in the 50s. I think one day just decided I'll fill in an application, and I came to England. It was very easy in them days. You could get a British passport straight away. I worked in Manningham Mills, I worked in factories, and eventually he ended up being a bus driver. Then he went back after 5 years and decided to get married. My mum came across. My mum had this skill of stitching, and this is back in 1962, when the community was here, it was building up, but there wasn't any ready-mades, and people wanted blouses, sari blouses, stitching or shalwar kameez, and my mum was very good at that. So people used to bring their fabric, and then I think my dad decided, I don't want to work anymore, so he says, why don't we provide people with the fabrics? So he used to go to Manchester. Manchester was a very good wholesale market at that time, and he used to bring cut fabrics, and people used to buy the fabric, and at the same time mum used to stitch them up. And then because our community was growing, and at that time everybody couldn't afford to travel back to India or Pakistan to bring the traditional fabric across, so my dad decided to import it. So my dad started to take trips across to Pakistan and India. China was included in that, Japan in them days, and used to travel regular in business. And from the small back street house in one room where there was a sewing machine, they built a small corner shop on Great Horton Road. And dad used to work at the same time to start off with, and mum was selling and stitching. And then it got very busy, so dad left work and they were in the business together. Me and my brother Salim were growing up at that time. Salim grew up, and he joined the family business at 16. He wanted to go into wholesale. And then we started wholesaling as well. He took regular trips with my dad abroad as well. So he was very skilled in that. His knowledge was he was very knowledgeable. Then I think this Bombay Stores building is for the Southern and Redfern building. It came up, and they decided they could do wholesale here and retail. They bought the building back in 1980s. They bought this building. They spent a year or so doing it up, and then it was half wholesale and half retail. And that's what made it the UK's largest department store. We had several TV channels approaching us, recording with us, and it was quite nice actually. It gave us exposure. We went into English fabrics. We started doing English exhibitions in Birmingham. craft exhibitions. So we've not only catered for the Asian market, but for the English market
Was
as
there a
well.
lot of competition back then?
Not in them days, no. Now I think people are doing it from home and online, everything. But I mean, we've got our position because we're a brand.
Yeah.
We know us a brand. And then back in I think it was 2014 when we had this place. It was just a small hut, like biryani hut. And I've always, because as we were growing up, Mum was busy with the business, so I also ended up in the kitchen helping, doing things, which was good in a way. And so I'd always had this thing for cooking, and I said I wanted to do something with this place. So we closed down and we redid it all up. And it was more of a passion than, something as a business. But mashallah, it's grown. We've managed to do a lot with it. The food's different. We try with the customer service as well. And, we've just seen it grow from... and we're doing catering now. We've got another branch on Leeds Road, Quick Munch, where it's like a deli. That's in the middle of Shell petrol station. We've got the Rio Grande, which is a wedding hall, and we do a lot of catering there. And little parties, everything. But we like I said, more than for a business, more of a passion for me. And everything's got to be right. I wouldn't feed anybody what I wouldn't eat myself. That's how I look at it.
What's been your biggest challenge on this whole journey?
On this journey, the biggest challenges were that our women are not accepted in the kitchen. In a nation, it's a men. The hospitality industry, or you could say the kitchen, is men's chef, the rule. And I think originally it was very hard because even though I owned the business, they didn't like me being here. It was, it's a men's domain, but I managed to break through that.
What's been your best moment during this whole
I have several best moments when people come up and they give me good reviews, and that does it for me. Yeah.
What has it been like being a female Muslim businesswoman?
Originally, I think it was hard, but now people are more open. This generation's more open-minded.
Yeah.
They're very open-minded, and they accept women as part of the society, working women especially. And I think at one time working women weren't accepted in our culture, but now everything's open. So things have become easier over the years.
What's the future of Bombay Stores and Mumbai Bites? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Bombay Stores, Bombay Bites, hopefully got a lot of more progressing to do to be out there nationally. I think with going online, that's helped us a lot with Bombay Stores. We're very strong online now. I think COVID helped us with that because we couldn't open up. It gave us an opportunity. And as for Bombay Bites, well, we've gone heavy on the catering and the party catering. And we're on TikTok now, so we are selling our packed products as far as Scotland and everything, with the ice packaging and everything. So, TikTok's helped us to give us that national. We did supply to Morrison's at one time, with our packaging in the stores, but now we're only supplying Morrison's headquarters, they're for the Muslim staff. We do halal meals for them twice a week for about 50-60 people. So yeah,
would you like to tell the viewers any services that you do, or where can they find you?
You can find us online. You can find us. We have a TikTok shop, packed meals. If you're deciding you're going on a picnic or maybe a day trip, we've got packed boxes where we post them out to, and you can just take the whole meal, paratha rolls, or fried appetizers, anything. And they're ideal. Or maybe if you're doing a barbecue or something, Sikh kebabs are very good for that. Just stick them on the barbecue and warm up a bit of bread. Because technically, I think a lot of women don't have the time to work because they're working. They don't have that much time in the kitchen. So, we're trying to provide a service where we're doing that cooking for you.
Yes.
Even if it's pre-prepared. Even when we do the catering, what we like to do is we'll pack in such a way that, like when we do the Eid booking, so even with the biryani, we'll give it to you in such a way packed up. So with that, our packaging, you just have to put it in the microwave for 6 minutes, and you'll have hot steaming biryani. So you're not pulling out pots and pans. I know a lot of caterers deliver in yogurt buckets, so you're going to have to warm it anyway. But ours is already there. It's very convenient. We're trying to make everybody's life easier.
Thank you so much. What advice would you give to any young Muslim women or anyone in general?
I'd say don't ever give up. Home life is very important, but having your own identity is very important as well. It's like both my daughters work and my daughter-in-law. But I've always told them, look, you know what, your career is very important, but remember, even if one of my daughters is a dentist, but she'll still come home at 6 o'clock and she'll still stand in the kitchen and make her rotis. Because for a family life, that's what your kids see, and you can inspire them. So, I think just by being a professional, it doesn't mean you can't have a home life as well.
Yes.
The other one, she does top-end weddings in London, different weddings, everything. But when she comes home, she's still, cooking for a family.
Yes.
And that's very important.
In this business, you're hitting two birds with one stone, aren't you?
Sorry?
You're hitting two birds with one stone.
You are,
cooking.
yes.
Yeah.
So, you know what? You have to give both things, Your career is very important. And as a Muslim woman, do never back out. Don't think I'm not good enough, because you're just as good as the next person. So, when my daughter-in-law, she's from Karachi, but I even told her, I said, now the kids are grown up and at school, you need to join the business. So if I want my daughters to work and have a home, like I want the same for my daughter-in-law, I don't think she's just here to do my work. She needs to, she's educated, so she needs to, have a life over here as well, and that's very important. And never give up. Okay, you have babies and you're out of the thing for a few years, but you always need to get back in there, even just for your self-respect. And I believe in that. Education is very important.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, just like I say, keep it up and, never give up. And always think, I'm there and I can always do it. And be positive. Positive things, good deeds, positive thinking get you a long way.
Would you like to tell them about that event? They can find you. The event, yeah.
Yes, right. So we're doing Curry Mela. We're at the Curry Mela. That's 19th and 20th of July at Lister Park. I'll be doing a live demo as well there, biryani demo. And we've got a food stall there offering samosa chaats. We're doing live hot pakoras and the rest of our whatever we can offer you. And then we're at the Halal Expo Manchester at Old Trafford on 17th, 18th and 19th of August. So I'm looking forward to everybody being there, attending it, and we can see you there, and hopefully, we'll have a lovely time at both these events.
So please tell us, what is it like in your life? What's each day like for you?
Right, okay, so my day begins at, you'll be shocked, 5 o'clock in the morning, because I go to bed early, so I'm an early riser. I've always been an early riser, but since this business has started, there's a lot of things, because I believe in Allah Ta'ala a lot, and I believe in reading. So 5 o'clock I'm up, I'll read my namaz, I read my Quran, I read all my Yasin Sharif, and that's an everyday. It's been like that for the past 40 years, So after that, when I've done my reading and everything, by 7 o'clock I'm going for a shower. I live with my grandkids, my son, my daughter-in-law, my grandkids. They'll do all the hullabaloo and running around and everything. If I need to do, it's like I do a lot of baking for our own business, the brownies and that. So if there is anything, I'll do that. And I leave home about 8:15. And I believe to do a lot of, the fresh produce shopping. I like to do that myself. it gives me that satisfaction of, you know, everything's fresh and, you know.
Yes.
So I'll do two or three supermarkets or wholesalers, and then normally get into work for about 10:30. I'll come in, I'll see what's happening with everything. There's a lot of things, maybe like the sources for our charts. I like to make sure they're right because the charts have to be right, and I'll taste everything. I'll just sort of go around making sure everything. I think originally I used to get involved in the kitchen a lot physically, but now I think I'm at that stage where I can just supervise it. The girls do their bit, I'll come and supervise it, whether everything's going right. And then just give little hands here and there, you know. Maybe if we have some new projects going up, sit down with a meeting for that with my brother who's not in today. And then we just take it from there. And then I think I'm now at that stage where if I want to go home at 2 or 3 o'clock, I can do, or leave at 2 or 3 o'clock. I've got a wonderful team. Like I said, it's been a struggle, but now I think I've got a wonderful team, and even if I go away, I know they can manage it. I'll go home, spend some time with the grandkids, go and see friends, or I think that, you know, when you get to my age, you've got social responsibilities as well. Somebody's died, or somebody's ill, or somebody's had a baby, so you have to do all that in the evening. And then 8 o'clock's our time when my son comes home, and kids have come home from us. We have a family meal, and that's normally 8 o'clock. So 8 o'clock we'll eat as a family every day. You know, sometimes it's late when it's finished in Bombay Stores, but then by 9:30 we're all in our own space, and I'm normally asleep by 9:30. So that's my day, yeah. And
One last thing, do you prefer Mumbai Bites or Bombay Store?
oh no, that's a very difficult one. They're both special to me. They're both very close to my heart, yeah.
MashaAllah, thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you very much.
Assalamu alaikum.
That brings us to the end of this episode. Thank you to our guest Sabrah. Make sure to visit her store in Bradford and follow her on Instagram. Remember to follow us also at hack_impressions on Instagram and TikTok. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.